Hey, folks, this is Rick Wade, the Texas Cruiser, Chris Moss, and Uncle Dave.
Howdy,
I had
howdy.
somebody, I had somebody critique me because I didn't introduce everybody. It's okay. I came along.
How y'all
I-
doing? If they don't know us by now, they're
Right,
going to
that's
get to
what
know us
that's
here in
what
about
I'm
2
saying.
seconds.
we got nameplates. Everybody's got a label. You're all labeled.
Yeah.
I keep getting messages. Cruising Chris Simmons live. The Texas Cruisers live. Yeah, I think I know.
There you go.
I think I'm aware.
Well,
I pop up
down,
and I get about 10 people showing up, so that's awesome.
down
Yeah.
South Stitcher first on the scene, and this Miss Danny with the wrench, Svetlana, Mickey's Adventure, Nicole Lombardi. Excuse me. I'm trying to read too much reading at one time here.
Yeah, that
Happy
could be
Monday.
a problem. Words are hard.
Oh, Vicky's coming in on her casino channel for a change.
Hey, Vicky.
Hi, Miss Vicky.
Yeah.
Bill.
Bill, how you doing?
Sorry.
Malibu?
Will G. Hey, Will G. Thank you, Mickey. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, and of course there's Zach. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Everybody make sure you hit that
Old-timers.
like button, too. Hit that like
Oh,
button
yeah,
while you're here,
man.
too.
He's taking the shotgun approach tonight, Dave. He's getting all of us at one shot.
who's that? Oh, yeah.
Zach.
No, he's just talking about you and I and then Dr. Chris.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think I'm older than you, Uncle Dave.
Maybe.
Becky.
I don't know. Zach always calls me old, though, so I don't care.
Becky's
right.
saying hello, Chris M. How about that?
Yep. Howdy.
Bill, Mr. Armstrong. How you doing, Mr. Bill? Let's see here, going down through here. Malibu, how you doing tonight, Malibu? Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it, man.
God damn, Zach. Come on, man.
Najuma.
Oh, Zach's not letting up on you, Uncle Dave.
No, dude, this is never ending. This is never ending.
Danny's.
Yeah, Danny,
I'm
words
sorry,
are hard
Danny.
for Rick, and finding a remote is hard for Rick.
Oh, that's what the problem is. I don't have that remote in my hand. This time Donna walked away with it, Danny. Hey, Carol, how you doing? Oh man, glad you showed up for this one. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I had to give my dog a warning because one of them out there barked and she's like, "Rrr." I'm like, not tonight, we know.
Yeah. Yep. Wakeview, how you doing, Wakeview? And Miss M,
Pete.
Lady M,
Yep.
how you doing? Man, everybody's showing up tonight, and I'm happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
Story
Hey,
time.
Vicky's got a wrench. Did I do that once? I can't remember now.
I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not streaming this, so I'm just here hanging out.
Yeah. Folks, Sherman may or may not drop in because he's got a huge power outage in this area. No internet. So not until they get the power back. He may pop back in and may not. I told him just hunker down and if he can, he can. He can't, he can't. You know,
What he said, it's been off. He said it's been off for like 4 or 5 hours or something. Huh?
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Zach, there goes Zach with his stories.
French fries. Oh man.
Look, dude, he's just going. He's just going, man. He's just going. Zach, you and I are gonna have to do a show where it's just gonna be story time with you. What What if he stays up late at night thinking of stuff to say? Galveston doesn't have a governor. That's exactly what a town.
That explains a lot. There's a lot of things that one statement explains.
Sure does.
Uncle Dave ended up meeting the highest ranking local official level.
Yep.
They forward said referred to him as the governor of Galveston.
After several confusing phone calls, Uncle Dave somehow ended up meeting the highest ranking local officials available. From that day forward, Dave simply referred to him the governor of Galveston. Oh, Zach. Governor. Oh, he don't know me well.
I'm sorry. I'm reading ahead.
Dave unveiled his plan. Step 1, distract the seagulls. Step 2, continue distracting the seagulls.
Wait till you read the next one.
Step 3, victory. What's in the busket, asked the governor? Tater tots and the pool noodle. That's the ceremonial
top scepter.
Top scepter, yeah. Hey, Attila, how you doing?
Before he could have Uncle Dave was already headed to the beach.
Story time.
Yeah,
you're right.
Table holding the golden pool noodle. God, dude,
I wasn't sure what any of that meant, but before he could object, Uncle Dave had already headed to the beach. Hello, Miss Carol. How you doing? Okay, here we go. Within an hour, half the town gathered to watch Uncle Dave stood on a picnic table, holding the golden noodle, pool noodle high.
God,
Hear ye, shouted. I, Uncle Dave, declared today Seagull Negotiation Day. Okay.
Oh, I can't. I just can't.
I need to take that and put that in and turn ChatGPT loose with it. give us some visuals. For 10 glorious minutes, not a single French fry was stolen from anyone else.
Make a little storyboard.
Then a particularly ambitious seagull grabbed the entire bucket and flew off. The rest of the flock followed. The bucket hit a fishing boat. The fishing boat's captain thought it was a sign from heaven and began handing out free tots. The tourists loved it.
Oh my God!
Hey, Carl, how you doing, buddy?
Oh.
Too funny.
Oh, we got another page here. Hang on. There's a parade, a trophy shaped like a potato, and a giant statue of a seagull wearing sunglasses. Uncle Dave still tells everyone he saved Galveston. Woo!
Golly. And this dude's a teacher.
He's teaching our youth of today. Oh.
Oh, you missed
page jumped on me. I missed a page.
Yeah.
The governor of Galveston still gently reminds people that he's not actually a governor. And every year, a mysterious seagull drops a single tater tot on Uncle Dave's porch as if to say, "We remember."
Oh, man.
Yeah, Malibu, we got much to talk about, buddy.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
I want to talk about this. This is kind of serious.
That was really good, dude, and we appreciate you. So now, on Monday nights, you have to be here for our initial story time before the cruise news starts.
Hey, Carnival had a big data breach. I think like about 4 or 5 million people's data was affected. And then
I got an email about
I heard today 800,000 of them were texting down here. And I said, "Oh God, what a fine time for me to think to do a Carnival cruise in January." So I haven't received.
I'm going
anything.
in September. I got an email today, as a matter of fact, about it. Where they're offering. Right. Let's see. Hold on. Where's it at? Here it is. They're offering complimentary 24-hour membership to TransUnion Credit Monitoring to activate your account and start monitoring your personal information. Please follow steps below. You must enroll by August 31st, 2026 to receive these services. And then they got additional details, and I haven't really read into it. But if I know a business that does something like that, a lot of times they'll offer it free for you for 2 years if you sign a contract with those people to keep going after. That's kind of how they cover themselves. But if
I expect an email here pretty quick. If I hadn't got it yet,
I got one today.
I'll have to check my email then. Yeah.
I ain't got nothing. What they gonna sell me something? They're gonna steal my bank accounts? What are they gonna do? They can't. I ain't got nothing for them.
I was going to say the only thing they're going to do is put money in my bank account. I'm a teacher,
right? Down south,
I'm
not
sure.
Know.
I really don't know the answer to that question.
But like I cruise out of Galveston, and I cruise out of Florida. From what I understand, it affected one of Carnival's, not Carnival Cruise Line, but one of Carnival's corporations. I think it was Holland America or something.
Holland America,
that they got it from, but it's connected to Carnival, so all that rolls into one. So I don't.
P&O, yeah. Oh, hey Scott, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Scott?
Zach, my Chat GPT can do that.
What did he say? Oh,
you need a picture of you holding a tater tot scepter.
Oh my God.
Anyway, though, I'll be on standby mode, see if anything comes up out of that. So.
I have not received an email, and I'm sailing Holland America this summer, and I've been on Princess and both Carnivals. So,
yeah, I'm probably gonna look into that. Hell, I might do it while we're in here. Who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna look into it and see what all it entails that you have to do for it and all of that. You know.
Hey, folks. Those of us who live along the Texas Gulf Coast knows today is I don't want to call it somber day. It's a day to remember that it's the first day of hurricane season. So.
Oh, it's here too.
Yeah, it's here too. Yep.
The Jason months.
Starting today.
Yeah.
Yep. Royal Caribbean has it keeps doing things that it just boggles my mind. This is another one, and it's a good thing. Royal Caribbean rolled out this new updated travel insurance program, and they did it's the same cost. They bumped up the medical limit from 25,000 to 100,000 now per occurrence, and then this is huge. They bumped up the medical evacuation from 50,000 to 500,000 per occurrence.
Wow.
They're up to $500,000, man, to get you home, no matter what way they have to do
it. It's almost like real insurance now.
Did the price of the insurance go up any?
No.
Oh, that would be worth it right there.
It stayed the same.
That would be worth it.
It's almost like
I got mine.
Now.
I got my travel insurance, and I think I've got $250,000 for medical evacuation emergency.
And this is this
Damn,
is
half
this
a
is
million.
kind of
That's
the
a
medical
lot,
part.
bro. Damn.
Yeah, and they still cover all the other stuff. 3,000 for trip cancellation, stuff like that. Lost or damaged luggage or personal effects, not just luggage, but personal effects, went up from 1,500 to 3,000 now.
They must be getting a hell of a deal from whoever they're
Aon,
You know,
AON, something like that. Yeah.
whoever's underwriting it probably give them a hell of
Yeah.
a deal since they have. I mean, if they can keep the price the same and up the stuff like that, imagine how many more people will jump on that.
Right.
And then if you look at like, okay, let's take a 1 year time span of say all of Royal Caribbean ships for an entire year, how many medical emergency evacuations are there compared to the amount of people that sail that have that said insurance?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there are more older folks going on these cruises now. I was just looking at Allianz yesterday, Saturday, and just kind of getting a quote on what the new policy's running, and they didn't have any price changes either. But they don't have the same limits as this one. I mean, this one almost make me. Now I like where I can get an annual policy from Allianz. Now Allianz, one of the first things they asked me is, "What is your age?" And so I had to throw out there, I'm 70 and Donna's 65. And it gives me a quote off.
Especially with them young girls, Rick.
Yeah, I married them young.
Well, like my Alliance, I pay. I think it's like $250. It's like $249 and some change a year. But I can use that anywhere I go. Now, with the Royal, it's only covering you while you're cruising with Royal.
Per trip.
Right. Right. So mine covers me all the time. But still, if you're you're straight Royal and no ifs, ands, or buts, like a lot of people were straight Carnival. If that's you, that'd be the way to go, bro.
I like getting that Allianz annual policy. It's good for the whole year. I like that.
Yeah, that's what I got. Mine. Yeah. Shit, mine's coming up in September. I gotta pay it again.
And the thing about Royals is it's got to cancel for any reason. So if it's a covered benefit, you'll get 100% back. If it's a non-covered benefit, you get 90%.
And that's worth the coverage.
So if you call them up and just say, "Oh, I don't feel like going," you'll get 90% of your fare back.
Right.
If it's an actual covered reason, an accident, jury duty, whatever, you'll actually get 100% of your money back. But it does only cover the cruise fare. It doesn't cover any hotel, flights, or anything like that unless you book through Royal.
Right.
So I'm talking about not cruise related, but you talk about jury duty. Since I got out of the Army and I went and I registered my DD 214 with the parish building or the county building, you guys call it, the parish building here.
Right.
I have not got a jury duty letter yet.
Huh.
And I got out in 1999. They're like,
okay.
Nope. You see where this dude's been? No, we don't want him on any jury.
But yep. Before we get off of this, folks, 100% get that travel insurance.
Any travel insurance.
I don't care.
You get it with the cruise line or you get it with an outsource, get travel insurance.
I am getting sick and tired of hearing these sob stories of people who didn't get it and they suffered for it.
Yeah, and it cost them $25,000 to get home.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they're financially hammered, so I just folks, listen to me, man. Do it. Get travel insurance.
I mean, I'm single, okay? I travel. I'm a solo traveler. I cruise by myself. I fly by myself. Hotels, all that stuff, and I have it. Yeah. So everybody needs to get it.
Well, like the Allianz.
It's like a peace of mind. You got insurance on your car, right?
Yep. Now, Allianz, if you get the annual policy, it's good for the cruise, but it's also good if you're driving, go to Colorado and all that. It's good for that. It covers you on that.
And it'll cover, I forget what it said. It'll cover up something crazy like 180 days of consecutive travel.
Exactly.
It'll cover you consecutively for half a year.
Oh, yes, sir.
But if you're going, if that's like I said, consecutive travel, like, you're leaving in January, you're not coming back till June.
Right.
It'll cover you that whole time you're traveling, no matter what.
MV Hondas, the ship of that virus, hantavirus.
Hondius.
They're still in Rotterdam. They got everybody off of it. That's over in Dutch Rotterdam. They're busy disinfecting it. The International Health Agency is doing a lot of monitoring of it and the passengers. I heard today that if certain passengers, they can go home, but they still have to do self-quarantine for 3 more weeks. But they can go home if they don't show any symptoms. One young guy, man, he was so shaken from the episode and all that. A young guy. He said, I'm not leaving here until absolutely they say I am clean and good to go. I'm not going to leave this room until it's done. And they was interviewing him and he was still shaking. That's some bad stuff. I can understand that. I can really.
I mean, with the world just went through a couple years ago, and now you got this crap popping up now. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Although recently, though, 5 of the 18 American passengers that were exposed have been able to leave the Nebraska National Quarantine Unit, and they will finish their 42-day health monitoring at home. So that's a good sign too.
Yeah. Especially with norovirus going on, that's why you see all these CDC pop-up inspections and stuff.
Yep.
Oh well. Hey, y'all do know that the Great Lakes and all have cruise ships too, and it's about 130 passenger ships. They look pretty kind of cute though. They literally look cute. American Patriot's the name of the ship that made a docking there in Buffalo. This is the first cruise ship to dock in Buffalo in like several decades. And they were making a big thing out of it. They're going to, one read, Buffalo's going to spend a lot of money on a little, they just docked in a temporary dock area where they can get people off. No, I guess no customs because it's American, American ship, it's not going to foreign ports unless it goes over to Canada.
I think they do stop in Canada for some of the Great Lakes sailings.
Right.
Some do originally.
That would be interesting, by the way. That would be interesting. But they look interesting. They're a little bit bigger than riverboats. They're multi-level. Look more like a miniature cruise ship. Small cruise ship. And that seems kind of interesting. That I've heard that Viking's getting some more ships built for that market, and heard Celebrity may move some of their ships up there in that market too. Those new ships they're building. So that's interesting. It's good to see that we're gonna have all kinds of different kind of cruises going on. I like the variety. That's a big variety. So
Problem is those Great Lake cruises are very expensive. I mean, you're talking.
That's just like river cruises. Right. River cruises are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
For me,
that's bigger and bigger.
For me, by myself, well, I don't know how they would do a solo traveler, but like I looked at they sent some stuff here to the house, and I was looking through it, and to go from like here to Tennessee on the river, stopping at a few places, $4,500 a person.
Wow.
No. Now, granted, I understand, it's that hoity-toity, that high class, all that bougie stuff.
Right.
But you don't want a coon ass from backwoods Louisiana getting on your boat to go up a river. We'll be running trot lines and pulling trawls and all kinds of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Crab traps, ain't no telling.
Yeah, the Great Lakes cruises roughly run anywhere between, when they first come on sale, you can get one on the cheap for around $7,000 per person, and then they go up to around $15,000 per person.
Right.
But they're more inclusive. All of your drinks.
Oh, it's all inclusive.
Yeah,
it's all inclusive, and it's like the extreme fine dining, and there might be a band, but it's going to be they're playing like the waltz or some Lawrence Welk stuff or something or other.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't need to sail in brown water. I'm good.
I think Celebrity's going to put some of those river boats on the Mississippi too, not just over the Rhine and all those rivers over there, but you never know.
All the ships are building, you never know. I mean, they've only got so much room.
They're going to build 20 of them. They got to put them somewhere.
Exactly.
And
the Great Lakes are not brown, Uncle Dave. It's green.
No, I'm talking about the river, the Mississippi River.
Okay.
Mississippi.
It's definitely brown.
Yeah, that is definitely brown. I've seen it.
I mean, maybe up in Minnesota where it starts, it could be blue or green, but down here, it's brown.
Yeah, you go around, you cross Mississippi around Illinois and St. Louis. Yeah, it's brown for sure.
Where do you think that muddy water that hits Galveston occasionally comes from?
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi.
Oh yeah.
And it's crazy, even though when you take a cruise out of New Orleans and you go out of the river, now you don't get to the mouth of the river. Okay, if you leave at like 4:30, you don't get to the mouth of the river till midnight. But if you're up that late on an embarkation day, when it gets down there and when it comes out of the river and it crosses what we call the rip,
right?
The rip line, which is where the Gulf water meets the river water. There's a line that, I mean, it's like it's not straight, but as soon as you cross, you're in brown, boom, you're in blue. And it's just like, it's like walking through a doorway. It's pretty cool. And at night with all the lights on the ship, you can see it.
Right. It's Attila. Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to sail brown water, man?
Right. Well, Chris, you had a pop-up live show today, and you got a few people tune in, caught up with you on that, man. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
And actually, I missed it. Right after you did it is when I caught it, so I went and did the replay on it, and he had an interesting information and all over something that I just don't think about, but it's something very important for people who have this situation. I'll let Chris. I won't mention any of it, but I'll let Chris.
Was that today? Was that? I thought that was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yep, it was yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I popped
yesterday.
Yeah. I'm one that cruises and I travel and I've got allergies. Okay, I've got some pretty bad allergies to seafood and shellfish. So I need to be very careful about what I eat and what I come into contact with. Now, somebody said in the chat yesterday that they had a friend who needed to get an EpiPen shot because they opened a hotel room door, and the previous person who touched it had some lobster.
No,
mine is not that bad.
It was their cabin door, and their roommate had ate lobster and opened the door.
Right.
That's
yeah. Mine is not.
I'm sorry,
that
your
bad.
story. I apologize.
That's all right. But my allergy is not that bad. But if I'm sitting next to or at the same table as people are eating it, I need to leave that area because it's very bad. So basically, what it comes down to is you really need to be an advocate for yourself in those situations. All of the cruise lines have a special needs form that you should fill out before you go on your trip. And typically you need to complete this at least 30 days before you travel. If it's within that 30 days, you need to call the special needs department and get those arrangements put on your reservation. And they will typically communicate with the chefs in the galleys. Now, that doesn't always happen. So that's why when the wait staff come up to you, they will always ask, for the most part, do you have any allergies or sensitivities? And you need to make sure that you do inform them of what they are. Now, being someone with allergies, I do get to order my meals the night before, after that first night. So on embarkation day, after I identify that I do have allergies, they will bring me the menu for tomorrow night's menu. And they will let me order for that.
Oh, that's cool.
And I will get to substitute, like if there's a sauce made with like an oyster sauce or something like that, I can recommend, they can recommend any substitutions. And they will also tell me if, because my sensitivity is so bad that I cannot even have any fried things that are fried in the same oil as something, that comes from seafood or shellfish. So if they're serving fried fish, I try to stay away from the fried food. Now, Royal Caribbean on the buffet, they actually have a dedicated fryer just for French fries. So I feel pretty good about eating there. But I always talk with the chef when I go there. And I've made good relationships with the chefs. So when they see me walk in, they usually come out and approach me. Because they know I'm going to come and talk to them every night, even though I've been there, 2 or 3 nights in a row for my post-meal dinner. So it's very important that you do need to go there and do it.
Yep.
And even though that I fill out that form and I make sure that I communicate, I have had some instances like this last celebrity cruise I had. They served canapes in the concierge level staterooms. On our second night, we had canapes served to us that had shrimp in it. And my wife told me, don't touch that cover. And, so I called and, called the concierge, said, look, we had canapes. I'm allergic to seafood and shellfish, go ahead and make some arrangements. Well, the next night we had canapes delivered. It had salmon with it. So I actually went down to the concierge and in a joking way, I said, are y'all trying to kill me or what? And, they kind of got the message across. And they literally talked to the chef that night and said, we guarantee it will not happen again. And we got cheese and crackers the rest of the time. And my wife was kind of disappointed, but, she understands that stuff needs to happen. That stuff needs to take place. So, but, some
who's got a TV on? Rick, you got a TV on over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on.
So,
Anyways, it was just feedback. It was cutting it out.
Donna's watching something. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Donna.
But anyways, what my wife does like to eat seafood and shellfish. So what a lot of cruise lines will do is if she wants to order something, they will actually seat her at a different table until after she's done with her main meal. And they'll come back, then she'll be able to come back and we'll eat dessert together. So they will actually go out of their way to accommodate us, which is very nice of them.
That's really cool.
So
that is really cool.
So you really have to be your own advocate to make sure that you do take care of yourself in every meal. And it's even when you go to specialty dining and things like that. Now you have to be very careful when you go off the ship because they're not as careful. So I tend not to eat when I go off the ship unless I go to a place that doesn't serve a whole lot of seafood or shellfish. So that's just the way it is. So I take a lot of snacks or what have you and do stuff like that. So you really have to do all that stuff to make sure that you take care of yourself when you do that. I'm going to Alaska this summer, and I really have to be very careful because Alaska is a seafood capital. I mean, you got crab legs everywhere. Blue crab, crab legs, seafood, everything. I
remember you saying, I remember you saying in your video today or yesterday that somebody at a table next to you was eating lobster, and you were getting sensitive from that.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
do
Yeah.
you
It's
find
it's
yourself
actually
maybe
gotten
trying
worse
to
over the
stay out of
years.
the main dining room on lobster night, or
Yeah, I do. I do stay out of the main dining room, and the wait staff does make accommodations for me. So
yeah,
they really do a good job with that. So you would just need to talk to the wait staff when you're there, and they will take good care of you to make sure that you don't have that. But every
right,
night you go into the buffet, even though something may have been safe for you that previous night, you do want to talk to the chef or the manager on duty there to make sure that it is. And 9 times out of 10, they will offer you to cook something fresh because even though it's sitting out there, if somebody had tongs and maybe they picked up a fish stick or something else
Yep.
and then put it
Right.
back over in the French fries, you don't want to run across that. Um,
right,
Carnival, had like fish sitting next to the chicken strips, next to the mashed potatoes and stuff like that. So I don't know what utensils were made with what. And yes, they offered to, recook some different stuff for me, but I was like, a lot of it's just fried and I just didn't want to take that chance. So, going to the deli, they had a dedicated fryer for the fries. So I felt good with that. There's only been 1 or 2 occasions that I can recall where I did eat something and I started having a reaction, but I always keep the EpiPen and Benadryl on the ready. So, I can always feel the tingling in my throat when I start getting that reaction. That's the first thing that I
right.
start feeling. So, you need to know your body. And if you have a sensitivity, like if you
Signs and
have,
stuff. Yeah,
so if you have like celiacs or something like that, and you can't have gluten, or you can't have milk or anything like that, they are very, very good about accommodating you. You just need to make sure that you do talk to them about that. Now, you may be limited on what you can get, and I'm not going to go whine
right.
to them and say, "Oh, I want to have this, I want to have that." It is what it is. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
going to enjoy my cruise no matter what.
yeah,
I'm a simpleton. I'm a redneck from Indiana. Okay, um, I'm not used to all of this fancy stuff. I never started eating Indian food until I first went on a cruise and I was introduced to it. So, all of this fancy, a lot of this stuff is too fancy for me. If I don't see anything on the menu that appeals to me, I'm ordering off the kids' menu and I'm getting
yeah.
cheeseburger, and a fruit plate
Right.
or something like that. So, it
Yeah,
doesn't bother me a whole lot. My wife
yeah,
can get whatever she wants, and that's just the way it is. She can
yeah.
experiment. And that's what I love about going on cruises. We can try these different foods and not have, anything, not having to worry about having to send it back or getting charged for something. And,
Right.
but you really have to protect yourself because
Exactly.
otherwise they're not going to know. So, but I appreciate you giving me this forum to talk about that, Rick, because a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people are afraid to maybe go on a cruise if they do have the sensitivities or the allergies. You just have to take care of yourself. And if you have
Well,
any
yeah.
questions,
When I saw that video, I said, we need to talk about this.
yeah,
And so that's why I said, I was glad that he's coming on my show tonight, that where
yeah,
we can break it down and talk about it. And like Attila just said, Favor, she shows a lot in her videos about making sure that the food that she gets is gluten free.
exactly.
And she shows in her videos where she's constantly talking to the staff and
Hmm.
at the restaurants on the ship and all that, and she points it out when they do a good job for making sure her food's gluten free, and
Absolutely.
it's amazing. She's real good about pointing that out on her in her
Yep.
videos,
And in all
that's
the
a good thing
places,
'cause it makes it people understand you can go on these
Oh,
cruises.
I'll be right back, guys.
Go ahead. People,
Yep.
you can go on these cruises and with these various conditions, and I'm not going to call it an affliction or anything. It's not that. It's just a condition where you are.
yeah,
Um, and still have a good time and be safe. Be
yes,
safe. You can do it. It can be done.
yeah. And with the gluten, all these pizza places do have gluten-free pizzas. So
Yes,
you
they
just have to
do.
request it. So,
Royal Caribbean,
um,
they have a bar area, all the different gluten free stuff.
yep. And the thing
I
is,
mean,
I know for Royal Caribbean particularly, they actually have a special kitchen where it's only for allergy preparation. So if you
yes,
do have an allergy, it's a nut-free
right,
area. It's a seafood-free area, and all of their chefs go through specialty training, and I'm sure it is with all the cruise lines with the specialty training. But I don't think all of them have a specialty kitchen that they actually prepare their stuff in. One instance was when I was on the NCL ship. We went to the 24-hour place, the bar there that's real popular, O'Callahan's or whatever it's called. Oceans, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
And I ordered a burger and some chili. And when they brought my plate out, there's another plate on there that had fish that was sticking out over the edge, touching my plate. I couldn't tell if it was touching my food or it had touched my food. But when they brought me my plate, I said, I'm sorry, I can't eat this because I saw that fish, encroaching on my food. And they were very understanding about it. But I felt bad about doing that because I don't like to waste food. So, it's just one of those things that you just have to, could I have sat that food down? Could I have taken a bite of it and eaten it? Yeah, I could have, but I didn't want to take that chance because I didn't want to ruin my experience.
Well, gee, I forgot about Robin. Yeah, she does do that. I totally forgot about Robin. Yeah, she does the same thing. Sea legs journeys. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Robin's gluten-free too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But you really just have to advocate for yourself. You really have to speak up and not be afraid to speak up for yourself. And you want to make sure if there's something comes out. Because I ordered something some point in time and it didn't have it listed on there, but it had the little fish eggs on there. And they said, you want this on there? I was like, no, I can't have that. So they said, okay, well, we'll make you a different one or make you a special one. I've been to the buffet before. One of my things
Mark.
that I love to eat every day is avocado toast. Well, they had avocado toast, but they had shrimps on it. And I said, can I just get some made without shrimp? They said, no, we're going to go back and make you a fresh one. So then they actually went and got the avocado
for you, man.
Outside the kitchen.
Service.
Yeah, they went and got fresh avocado from back in the kitchen because they didn't want to take the chance.
Right.
So they will do that.
Yeah.
They'll even go beyond what I ask most of the time. So,
hey, Mr. Denise, glad to hear.
So thanks, Rick, for giving me that forum. But if anybody has any questions, drop a question in on my channel.
Anytime,
I'll be more than happy to answer them. Or go to Cruising Chris M on Facebook and drop me a DM.
You're my expert now.
Drop me a DM on that
on this subject.
And because I've gone on 16 cruises. I've had allergies on every single one. My allergies aren't changing anytime soon, and I've got 5 more cruises this year, and I've already been on three so far this year. So that'll be 8 cruises for the year. So not that I think I'm an expert, but I've experienced it. How's that?
There you go.
I've got the experience.
There you go.
So, and the reason that I know about it is with my first cruise, I had a very good travel agent who asked me, do I have any allergies? And they said, this is what you need to do. So otherwise I wouldn't have known.
I'm by no means an expert. I've got 15, and I've used one travel agent, and then I've used with Carnival's PVP. I have a PVP that I've had since 2018, and that was like one of the first things that they ever asked. Is like, do you have any food allergies or any food preferences? Vegetarian, vegan. You're diabetic, and it was almost like I was filling out a health brochure, so they knew what category to put me in. As far I thought it was pretty good. So
hey Mark,
and your good travel agents will do that. And unfortunately, I've heard of situations.
And I'm not gonna lie, it was Derek and Amanda.
Right. And I've heard of travel agents not do that because I've talked with other people who have had allergies, and I said, well, what do you do? And I said, this is what I've done. And I said, I didn't know you could do that. How do you get to order your food early? The wait staff told me I can. So it's not that I requested it. They told me to order. They brought me the menu and said, go ahead and order.
Right.
So
that's pretty cool. Cool.
And
I think I don't have any food allergies either, but I just have likes and dislikes,
Right. Well, Carnival, I think, goes the extra step because when Carnival brings their food out, their allergy trays actually have a green lid as compared to everything else that has a yellow lid. I did notice that when I went on Carnival. So notice that next time you're in the MDR, you see any trays that come out with the green lids on them. Those are people who have allergies, and they were prepared in the special kitchen.
Yeah. I want to say to everybody in the chat, you guys did an awesome job participating in this discussion. I really appreciate you guys, what you're bringing forth. And yeah, it's a very important subject. And I wanted to be sure we had a good.
Uh-oh.
Will you lose you, Rick?
There we go. I'm back.
Okay.
There he is.
It went,
Welcome back. The Texas Cruiser, everyone.
But this I'm impressed. We have the best chat board. The people who come in our chat and they do participate in our discussions, and that really brings a lot of material that we can talk about here. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. So yeah. So anyway, if y'all ever come up with an idea for discussion, you guys know we're very open to you bringing it out and throwing the question out there, and we'll run through that part.
There is. I'm gonna tell you something. There is one we can talk about, and it doesn't have anything to do with me because I don't use any of this stuff. But I want to talk about etiquette towards people that use a scooter or wheelchairs or has a stroller or is on crutches or whatever with elevators.
Oh, yes.
Because there's a couple people that I've come in contact with that are very able-bodied and will cut people off to get on an elevator. And that's going to go on what grinds my gears. But anyway, yeah.
Right.
We need to talk about that and how to get said scooter if you bring your own or you lease them or rent them from the cruise ship. The cruise line doesn't rent the scooters. Right. They have a reputable company that they put you in touch with. So
right, they have a preferred provider, which is usually brain fart right now. Scootaround is their preferred companies.
Oh yeah, Hover-Round, isn't it?
Scootaround.
Scootaround. Okay.
Yeah.
Dwayne, maybe provider. It was. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
that a couple weeks ago.
That's their preferred provider. So yeah, and the thing is I do use a scooter also, and I know Randy at Scrow's Nest also uses a scooter, and he's actually the person that I first started watching when I was first looking at cruising. His were the original videos. So Randy is the OG of advocating for scooter usage on cruise ships.
I mean, like I said, I don't use them. I just want to bring awareness to it. Right. You know, like with the food allergies, I don't have that either. But hey, I mean, right. I'll champion it for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. And the thing is I think scooters kind of go both ways, because I've seen people, be rude to people on the scooters, and I've also seen people on scooters be rude to the people. They think that they have the right of way.
I think both ways. Yep.
My philosophy is, if somebody needs to get on that elevator and wants to get on there before I do, let them. I'm sitting in a chair. I have no need. Now, if I'm sitting there for a while, I'll kind of, again, advocate for myself, but I'm not going to be, pushy about it. I'll just say, excuse me, but it's my turn. So
yeah, you know what, Jack? I will. I'll be the champion of all it. Autism, you name it. I don't care.
Oh yeah. Right. I mean,
I'll put the word out for whoever, for whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, I've seen it go both. I've seen it go both ways. So I'm not afraid to, talk to somebody who's in a scooter. If they're being rude or something like that, I'll say, hey, you just kind of need to chill out a little bit. But, the scooter thing has been in the news here lately. You had that lady who they suspect had a medical emergency and went off the pier at, Celebration Key and passed away. And then another one is suing Carnival for apparently going around a corner too fast and tipping over or something like that. Well, those are machines. You really have to understand that they are machines, and you have to understand how to operate them. Yeah. They only go about 6 miles an hour, and they do have anti-tip devices on them. I'm a big guy, so I've never tipped a scooter while it's moving. I agree,
Keith. I'll let the people get off of the elevator before you try to board it. You know,
Well, exactly. It's common etiquette. It's common, common sense is not so common anymore, and manners are not
manners are gone.
out the door.
Yeah.
Saying
Gone.
please and thank you.
So
they're
is
gone.
common
That's
sense. Common sense has left the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
talk to
not
my
this
students.
chat. I didn't mean it like that.
I talk to
Sorry.
my students every day about saying please and thank you in class, because those kids come in and they are not taught how to say please and thank you anymore. And before the end of the school year, my goal is to have everyone say please and thank you on a regular basis.
Right.
If I do that, I think I'm pretty successful. As good of a teacher I am, I don't know, but if I can get them to say please and thank you, I think I've done my job partially. So I don't know what Zach feels about that, but I feel like I've done my job if I can get him some manners.
Yep. You did.
Yeah, I mean, I say it a lot. Just be nice to each other. Damn.
Exactly.
Y'all heard me mention in my videos about, of course, Alyssa is that tall mast schooner, metal hull schooner that's in Galveston. She goes out for sailings. As a matter of fact, she's passed another Coast Guard test, getting ready to do another East Coast tour. There's a ship from Spain that's here, and they left out today. Actually, it's like a 4-mast. It's a big old huge, built in 1934. Excuse me, 1934. It's a Spanish Navy training vessel now, and Marine. They do Marines too, and it's here on a goodwill tour of the country. It spent time anchored over at the A&M campus over on Pelican Island. It left out today.
We had a bunch of them here.
Yeah, they're making all this
250th anniversary. Yeah,
that's what it is. So if you get a chance to see them, I've seen them here off the coast of Galveston for those big regattas. It's an impressive sight, folks. To see all those sails out there and all that. I mean, good Lord. I mean, kind of you can imagine what the old days were like in Galveston whenever these ships sailed in here with immigrants and cargo and all kinds of stuff to Galveston, and there was no port of Houston. So
yeah, we had that. I don't know if they're still here. I think they were just here for a couple of days, but we had the I think it's a 3-mast, might be a 4-mast. One of the Coast Guard training ships, schooner or whatever it is. Yeah, we had that thing there. That was massive. And they were like, "Oh, you ought to go down and film it and all that." So, see, how many people down there? Yeah, no. So, I'm not going downtown. No.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about my Holland America cruise coming up, because not only are we watching the fireworks from Boston Harbor, but when we get to New York, they're supposed to have their tall ship thing going on around the 4th of July holiday. So that should be going on in New York when we get there too. So that's around the 8th and 9th.
Pretty cool.
So, we're looking forward to that.
Nope, we're not doing that. Nope, we're not doing that. Where's my thing? Go get him.
I agree with you. We need to get back to
he's saying squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to get back to handing out life lessons at home. It shouldn't be me having to teach them how to say please and thank you, but unfortunately it is.
Right.
But I'm more than happy to do it.
Yep.
Because that will get you a long way in this world.
Oh, well, Windstar ships. Yeah.
Yep. In some unfortunate news, that person that was missing in St. Kitts was found not alive. I guess I found his body either last night or today.
Hey, can you repeat that again? You froze
the person that was missing in St. Kitts,
yes,
was found not alive up in the mountains. So, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, fairly young man. Yep.
Yeah, he's in his 30s, I think.
Yes.
So that's unfortunate. So prayers go out to his family and friends. So yeah, that's always unfortunate. But that goes to the rule. Don't go off by yourself in those areas. I mean, granted, nothing
You got
bad probably
no,
happened to them, but
yeah,
you're walking in a dangerous environment. Um, you know, where your dehydration or something else could have taken over, or slip and fall.
right.
If somebody would have been around that could have called for help, who knows what could have had a different
I
outcome.
think didn't he call somebody once on the phone?
He called and lost his
said
signal, and then couldn't get a signal
lost,
back. Right.
and
Yeah, and then he couldn't get a signal back, and apparently it wasn't long enough to trace or something like that.
right.
So
That's sad. That's really sad.
yeah, so that's unfortunate.
You gotta know your limitations, folks. I mean, you got to know your limitations. I mean, this is exciting. New climate, new place. Do your homework. I mean, here I am. I'm not a scuba diver and all that stuff. I'm not a hiker or adventurer or anything like that, but I do tours.
Yeah.
But it's you got to understand your surroundings, where you at. That's sad. I mean, this young man had his whole life ahead of him. I'm sure he's an intelligent human being, and we're going to miss having his intelligence because of miscalculation of his environment that he's in. So,
Yep, for sure.
yep.
Well, talking about hurricane season, the good thing about hurricane season is they are kind of predicting a little bit fewer storms this year. So the NOAA issued a forecast predicting below normal Atlantic hurricane season, so fewer storms on average, bring some relief to our summer itineraries. Hopefully, knock on wood. I've always sailed during the summer months, as you guys know, I'm a teacher, so that's one of my main vacations when I try to get at least a couple cruises in. So knock on wood, I haven't not been affected yet. But hopefully I never will be. But they usually seem to happen, more September, October, November-ish, when the storms come through. Yeah. So, but that's the good thing about being on a cruise. They will keep you safe. They will go move around it, unlike being there.
Yeah, and like people. Yeah, here we go again.
Yeah,
sorry.
Get on that horse, Uncle Dave. Ride him.
They know they're cruising during hurricane season. Okay, it either I'm gonna quote the fired electrician, my buddy here. Either they breathe through their mouth, or they're objectively retarded if they don't watch the news to see what the weather's gonna do. You get on a ship, okay, it's hurricane season. There is a hurricane coming. Oh, ship has to divert. Oh no, we need to be reimbursed and we need to be compensated because we didn't get to go to this port.
Or I'm not going to get on the ship
hurricane season.
Or I'm not going to get on the cruise because I saw a hurricane was coming and expect to get reimbursed. No, it doesn't work that way. If the ship doesn't go out, then you get reimbursed.
Damn.
If the ship doesn't go out, you get reimbursed. But otherwise, you better find a way to get to that ship because it's going to leave you. So
yeah. Miss Carol, I have not heard that. That's sad. Yeah.
I know there was. I forget there was a woman that was on a scooter, and something about
fell off in the water, didn't she?
No, she was trying to get. There was a lady trying to get off the ship at a port, and it was at a different angle or something.
Right.
She made the turn. It rolled over. I don't know if she went down. If she went down the stairs. I didn't hear anybody going down the stairs.
It didn't go down the stairs. I heard it had tipped over. People have to realize they are devices, and if you turn it tight enough, especially on the 3 wheels, yes, they do have anti-tip wheels on them, but you do turn it tight enough, it will roll over on you. And if you don't have reactions, or if you are going too fast, it will tip. And she was saying that she couldn't see the turn coming up. Well, how crowded was it? And how fast can you actually be going if you're doing that? I mean, I've done some pretty not so smart things on my scooters.
Yeah, like zipping across the parking lot that day at 47 miles an hour.
Yeah, but you know what? I've never tipped it. I used to do a time trial going on Celebrity Apex to going through getting back to the Eden Bar as long as nobody was around. Just to just to see if I could still do it. And I've never tipped it. Now, I can say that I did have one time a few too many drinks and I tipped it over, but I was sitting still. How that happened, I don't know, but it was
Right.
between me and that Jack Daniels bottle of how it happened. So, that's, they asked if I was okay. I said, yeah, I just need another shot. So I got another shot.
Right.
So I was no worse for the wear, at least as far as I know.
Well,
You like that,
guys,
Dwayne? Dwayne? I mean, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. If you know that little mirrored area going back to Eden on Apex, it's got that little
Yeah.
wavy, weird sound. Yeah, that's my time trial. That's something I'd stop watching and try to get through there as fast as I could.
Carl, we're not Tim Allen. We're not doing Tim Allen stuff. No.
No, that's just me being me. Yeah, Dwayne, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
With the jet engine.
Yeah. Hey,
No,
guys.
but I will put a small block Chevy on it.
Yeah, Wakeview Gravity
There you
was
go.
not in my favor that day.
Hey, guys, we're over an hour here, so I don't know. We're butting up against anybody tonight, but yeah, we had some
I
great
have no
topics.
idea.
And Mr. Sherman not being here, but that's all right. We had plenty to talk about anyway, and we hit the news topics of the day.
Yep.
And
With a couple little
yeah.
extra side missions.
Yep.
So,
Well, one more feel-good story though is both Islander and the Paradise for not MSC, but for Margaritaville. They actually met in Nassau for the first time
Really?
just a
Wow.
couple days ago.
yeah,
As long as those ships
I
are
saw
going
that.
out.
I saw that. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, really appreciate you, man. Everybody participated in discussions today, and that was awesome, man.
That was it.
just exactly the reason I did this show, for all of us have a panel of people to talk about the topics of the day, and you guys getting involved because you're our subject matter experts. So
And we even had story time with Zach.
Yeah.
story time. We got to have
Story
that
time
story
with
time with Zach. Anyway, folks, y'all have a great week. I believe Sherman will have everything worked out by Wednesday, and we'll be on live Wednesday night. And I believe we got a few. I don't know if Coach is doing the show tomorrow night or not. He does and he don't. But he's been putting out some videos this week, so maybe he is. So anyway, folks, y'all have a good evening and be careful this week. And book a cruise. Make sure you hit all of our likes and subscribes. And y'all be careful out there, please. Good night.
Be nice to each other.
Yep.
Be nice to each other.